Howdy folks, and welcome back to the weekly comic book snap. It's issue 61. And we're here as always at the glorious Frog Bros Comics and Books in front of the wonderful and quite beautiful wall of comics. Now, it's slightly concerning times out there in the big wide world, isn't it?
It is. Are we going to be honest about dates, or are we saying that we were filming this on the Wednesday, the new comic book day?
I think we can be as honest as you care to be, which is generally not very.
So pretty.
That's a joke. It's a joke. So yeah, I mean, it's what is it? What we it's Friday.
Okay, so
Friday
the 20th rather than Wednesday the 18th. However, we will be reviewing books that came out on Wednesday the 18th of March.
That's correct, and we'll try and get this out timely for the weekend, Saturday.
Really?
I think so.
Okay, and we might not be open on Monday.
No.
Who knows?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's troubling times, isn't it?
These are troubling times. But whilst isolating and socially distancing, we think people may want to watch comic review shows.
Well, why not? Indeed, need a little bit of light entertainment. People need to know what to take away with them,
before
the big lockdown. Semi-lockdown at the moment, aren't we?
Yes, but rest assured, folks, that on the other side of this, there will still be shops.
Absolutely.
There will still be life, and we will still be here because we have great customers.
Absolutely, there we are. And I think it's just got to, be sensible, look after each other.
Don't go panic buying everything.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. Except comics, maybe.
Well, that'd be nice if the panic buy starts tomorrow. So Saturday the 21st, come panic buy.
But maybe lay off that loo roll.
And the garlic bread.
Well, yes, yeah, absolutely.
Mrs. Special is not going to be happy.
Be bloody about that one. So, anyway, where are we starting this week?
We are going to start
some good ones this week, haven't we?
Yes, we're going to start with a one shot.
Yes. And it is
Outlawed.
There we are.
So it's going back to all the teen heroes that Marvel brought about in the, I think we can now say, failed, all new, all different Marvel run from a few years ago.
God bless them.
And yeah, the whole thing is a push didn't really work, I don't think.
Right.
But there were still a couple of characters that have hung around from that.
Couple of stuff.
Which I think are very cool characters.
Yes.
And they
standard, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Standard.
Every time.
Never mind. Just passing by. Walk on by, as they say in the great song.
Yeah, so anyway.
Yeah.
They're bringing them back. Basically...
is there a appetite for these characters?
I think there is.
Oh, good.
For Miles Morales, definitely.
Yeah.
For me, I love Ms. Marvel as a character.
Okay.
I think she's a great character, and there's bound to be a movie where she slips in. I think they're the two standouts.
Yeah.
Also, Viz Vision.
Yeah.
Viv. Yes.
Yeah.
What did I say, Viz?
Viz. He said Viz.
Hey, it's been a long day.
Untangle your tongue, sir.
It's been a long week.
Hasn't it? Been a rough old week. For
my mind's in lockdown. So yes, and they're all there.
Yeah,
I mean, it's going to kick off like 5 new books.
Right.
Some of them miniseries. And it's just to introduce us to the characters, but also to explain the world that they're in at the moment, which is you are not allowed to be a hero if you're a kid.
Yes, well,
I fully disagree with that.
Okay. Well, I think that it's interesting, isn't it? Because this plays off the whole sort of Greta, sort of Thunbergy kind of riffs off of that character, doesn't it? A little bit in this book. And it's sort of saying, it's sort of protecting some of these kids for their own benefit, isn't it? Really, it's sort of
that's what they're trying to say. So, and if
tricky
in a comic book kind of fashion, the idea of heroes being policed by the state kind of harks back to Civil War.
It's a long-running theme, isn't it?
Yeah. And I kind of like that. I like the way it's gone with that. But I did like it. It's got a lot of action in there, and it's. I just think it's a little bit too PG.
Yeah,
Does that make
a bit
sense?
powder puff.
It is. I would have liked it to have been a little bit more about these kids saying we're all right. We're a little bit more punk
they
somehow.
did kind of say that at the start, didn't they? But I think I don't know. I just think it's probably because we're of a certain age.
You are.
Well, that's right, sir.
Spring chicken.
And maybe this book is not aimed at people of a certain age. And we look at it and think, oh, wouldn't it be interesting? You could do interesting things with these characters, maybe delve into their sort of, their psychology a little bit more, or something, just something a bit more interesting. Whereas it's kind of just a fun, kind of young, actiony sort of, bit silly book.
It is, but then if you're trying to get to a youthful audience, really, when the kids come in, they want to read The Walking Dead. They want to read the stuff that's... So I think there's
a bit darker, a bit more sophisticated.
Yeah, there's a very thin line to tread. Yeah. But I just feel that it could have been a little bit more punk rock.
Yeah. A little bit, something a bit more grungy.
Yeah, just something, and the kids are fighting back properly, and a little bit more menace maybe. We all felt, like you say, but a little bit powder puff.
Yeah. I agree.
So it's a nice little one-shot.
Nice little one-shot. Maybe not for everyone.
No.
But certainly for someone. Right?
And it gets the characterisation of the characters pretty well. There's quite a lot in there and happening. And it's worth it for £4.30.
Boom.
Yeah, have a look.
Yep, why not indeed.
Decent.
Good, man.
Now,
where are we up to next, Special?
We are going somewhere that is absolutely not powder puff.
Something that's not for the kids.
No, well, this is what the kids want to read.
But any responsible comic book vendor
will just let them read it in the shop and not buy it. It's fine. No.
Except in these days of non-touching and
exactly,
keep them fingers off these
clean
things.
hands.
Absolutely. Yeah. So
Hotel with a double L.
Yeah, that spells hell, doesn't it? That doesn't spell hotel. Is it called?
It's
Hotel?
called Hotel.
Oh, is
with
it?
a double L?
Okay. Oh, okay, cool.
They've just knocked out some lights.
I see. Right. Okay.
So this is a little 4-issue horror anthology.
Been a while since we've done a horror, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it's been a while since we've done the snap.
Yeah, exactly. So some would say this whole thing is a horror.
It's all novel.
So the idea of this is going to be, it's 4 issues.
Yes.
And each issue is a little different story that are all going to intertwine.
Right.
So the writer of this, Mr. John Lees, reached out to comic stores a while ago and sent us a PDF. Basically, when we have to order, we order from a big catalogue called Previews, and it's so easy to miss things in Previews. And I've got to be honest, I'd missed Hotel, and then his email came through, and I'd looked through it, and I thought, I've got to order this. Well, why didn't I see it?
What does the email say?
He said, this is on in Previews, have a free look at what's coming. So they send you a PDF of the whole issue.
Oh, okay.
It's a great idea when creators do this and reach out to comic stores, and some of them give you a ring as well, and you end up kind of building up a little bit of a rapport. It's really nice, but it made me buy this book. He got a few more sales that he wouldn't have got.
Yeah.
And I really, really enjoyed it.
Did you?
Yeah, well, not enjoyed.
It's sick, twisted.
It is. Because it is sick and twisted. Basically, there is a hotel that you can't find on any maps down Route 66, and people who are troubled end up there.
Yes.
And good things don't happen.
Bad things happen.
Very, very bad things, and very horror. And they're going to take it. John Lee sent us the second issue, so I've been lucky enough to read the PDF of that.
Second one as well. Okay. And a similar sort of vein, is it?
It is very much, and you can see the little interaction that the characters from number 1 have with number 2.
Yeah, 2.
I haven't read 3 yet.
Right.
But if you could send number 3, that'd be great.
I thought you meant
really enjoyed it.
No, the issues.
Yeah.
got you. Right. Okay.
And yes, so this one is about
a young lady, isn't it?
A young lady who is heavily pregnant
and fleeing a rather
aggressive
violence situation.
Chap.
Yeah. Pointing at me for, bro?
You're an aggressive chap.
I'm not. I'm soft. Soft as cushions, my friend.
that's all we're going to say, because the rest of it we can't really go into.
Yes.
And other than if you like horror, this is a great one for you.
But you liked it.
I really liked it.
Cool.
What about you?
No.
You're not really a horror fan, though, are you?
I'm not a horror fan, no, to be fair. I mean, but I like a... I like a... I don't want to be too sort of pejorative. I like a...
Pejorative?
Well, I don't want to be too...
That word?
Yeah. I don't,
what does it mean?
Well, it's kind of...
Every day's a school day.
I don't want to criticise it too much.
Okay.
I don't want to sort of say too many bad things, because I think it is actually an interesting book, and it's certainly a different... it's not your average comic.
No? Or your average horror book, and it gets a lot
I was intrigued by the cover, because I thought it was graphically really interesting, and I like the... I don't know, I found it a little bit... I couldn't quite sort of... it is quite horrible.
It's gross. It's gross from basically from start to finish.
And I didn't quite
sleazy, horrible characters.
Yeah, I don't mind a bit of sleaze, but I just didn't see the point. I guess I didn't, or maybe I'm looking. I'm sort of. It was just something left me a bit cold about it. I didn't quite get with it. I don't know. Well, maybe it'll develop over the 4 issues, but
I don't think you're gonna. Get a chance to look at the next,
dude. I'm saying it's a good book for for a certain mind, or a certain person. It's an interesting read, I'm sure. No, it's cool, but it wasn't for me, man.
No.
Fair play. Swings and roundabouts, isn't it? It's all subjective.
No, absolutely. I thought it was really good if you like horror.
Cool. Yeah.
And it's different. It's a nice, horrible little book.
That's right.
So,
I was going to say, who's that from? Who's the publisher of that?
Upshot Comics.
Right,
they
cool.
are a newish publisher.
Well, get out and support Upshot then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah. Good man.
And now for one of the staid old ones, and this is The Journey to the Joker War in Nightwing 70.
I didn't read this.
No, but you're a little bit behind in Batman, aren't you?
Yes, so I...
But you're not behind enough to know that back in Batman 55...
Yes.
Young Dick got his head blown, the back of his head blown off.
Wow.
Lots of people
Shocker.
seem to have scooted over that, because that same week, the first issue of Batman Damned came out, and the old Batwang controversy, which I remember...
kind of eclipsed the...
very much so.
head blowing.
Yeah, I read them both on the Tuesday night and came in honestly thinking, wow, this is going to blow up because Nightwing just got his head blown off.
Yeah.
And... basically, there was nothing about that. It was all, oh my god, Batman really came out.
Penis.
Exactly. a heavily shadowed side of a cock.
Just delightfully lit.
But anyway, so the book itself, Nightwing, I don't think it's been great recently. But this is the start of the Joker War, which is very much running in Batman. So we've got to give this a read.
Aren't we?
Yeah, we are, very much so. And I really enjoyed it.
Cool.
For the bits that the Joker is in.
Which is what? It's not everything? It's not a joke. He's not in...
He's not in the... Well, he's in the whole comic, but not every single page. So
sure.
He really does steal the show when he comes in. And
right.
A lot of the other bits are quite a bit about Dick's or Rick, because he doesn't know who he is.
Ooh.
And it's a little bit angsty. And he's, I don't know who I am. I've got all these memories coming through from too many people. And all a little bit too angsty for me. But when the J-Man steps up, and he's like, you're not my Nightwing. Fantastic. They're really, really good. So we are very much looking forward to the
good
Joker
start.
War.
No spoilers in there, but that's great. It's a good start, was it?
Like I say, with the Joker.
Yeah.
Loved those bits with it. And with the history that those guys and...
they all have.
Exactly, man. And that leads us nicely into a segue again. Do you like our second week of a segue?
You planned it.
Boom!
Massive.
Robin 80th anniversary.
How about that? So that's the 80th anniversary of the character.
100-page super spectacular.
It's another big... another big... sort of small storybook.
Yes, I like these.
Yeah, I kind of do.
A few pages. I think it really tests the creative teams as well, because they've got to get over
test the patience
who these characters are in a very little amount of time.
Yeah,
and with the Robin, obviously, you've got different Robin, so different characteristics
that was
to get
cool
over as well.
Actually, each character has sort of separate little stories, don't they? And it's sort of.
Who's your favourite Robin, if I may ask? Got to be Dick, right?
I think so.
Child.
Yeah. Who's yours?
I would have always said historically it was Dick, but I really love Damian Wayne.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say
I think Damian is my kind of guy.
Is he?
Yeah, he's a little
tearaway.
Little shit, isn't
Yeah,
he? Pardon my
terror.
French.
Yeah.
And we do like that. And I loved Grant Morrison's Batman run.
Sure.
And when it was Dick in the cowl and Damian as his Robin, I thought the magic between those two was fantastic.
Great interplay between
And so those are my two favourites, I would say. I can't just have one anymore. And I think they were the nicest stories in here. I really enjoyed the Damien story at the end.
Yeah.
But it hits a lot of nice little beats, I think.
I think so.
And
I really enjoyed the first one, the nudge.
Yeah.
The little nudge.
No, absolutely.
That was a nice little story.
Yeah, and it does show the different ways that Bruce has mentored. Different ways.
And how they've taken that mentorship on and made it their own. And
I really like the Grayson bit where he's a spy and the whole monkey thing. He's like, wow, where did that come from? But really good. So if you do like your...
a fabulous cover. I mean, this has got several covers.
It has indeed.
Yeah.
And
the one I got was the, what was it, like the 90s kind of Frank Miller-y sort of, with the girl Robin. What's her name?
There's two. So did you get the kind of the Frank Miller one?
Yes.
Yeah. Here we are. Just another couple of covers here.
Yeah. So this one's great. I think. It's great.
Yeah,
I
don't like that one.
Oh really?
No.
Oh okay.
Out of all of them as my favourite, I think it's Mr. Dustin and Glynn. Personally,
Mr. What now?
Dustin and Glynn.
Oh wow.
I think that's
an interesting, sort of slightly. What is that?
I think it's really nice.
That's cool.
I've always been a big fan of his work, and I really like that. Or weirdly, there is another one that has a big crotch shot, which I like, but I don't know why.
Okay.
And on that bombshell,
it was great, wasn't it?
It was.
Right. What's the price?
Very
of this?
enjoyable. It is a $9.99 book, so that is quite a lot. But it's a nice one. You can always go back and reread them, the little stories and everything.
There's a lot of Robin sort of history and folklore in there, which I think
there
is cool.
And it's just nice little storytelling, and definitely worth the bang for the buck, or the buck for the bang.
Buns. Worth them beans.
And now Will's going to tell you all to look after each other and stay safe in these
these
troubled times.
Yeah.
Support your local comic shop wherever they are and other small businesses, because everywhere's feeling the pinch. And hopefully, social distancing, thank you. Hopefully we'll all be back quite soon if the impending lockdown does happen.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't have said it better myself, Spash.
But you've got like one day to get in and buy loads of comics ready for the lockdown.
Get your books, that's right, absolutely. Well, we'll be back, won't we, hopefully?
Yes.
Well, we'll certainly be around. So, if you like what we do, obviously hit the old subscribe if you can. And
like and comment, tell us any feedback.
I was going to say, actually, it might be interesting to get some... Sorry, dude. I'm getting close. Might be interesting to say whether people prefer a longer snap or short little single book snaps. Because I don't know.
Any feedback?
Yeah, any feedback's great, isn't it?
Yes.
It's all well.
As long as it's nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because we are delicate.
Stay civil.
That's right.
Not with the unrest.
No, that's
right. I'm going to go.
Take care of each other, folks.